Hello YouTubers, I'm Optimus Frank and welcome back to the channel. If you like the content on my channel, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications of future content from this channel. Let's get into it. So today I'll be reviewing War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Voyager Grapple. I know that many of us are waiting for the next wave of Transformers to be released, which is pretty soon. Until then, I'm reviewing significant and fairly recent pieces in my collection as a sort of catch-up. So when I first saw Grapple in the store, I had to get him because, you know, I saw him on the internet and he seemed like a regular bot. But when I saw him in the store, I got him because he's a pretty intimidating Autobot. It's that it goes against the balance of Autobots versus Decepticons. Usually Autobots are portrayed as the underdogs because they're small or like they're deluxe. Most of them are deluxe, at least most of my collection. I mean, they can't fly and they're civilians that oppose Decepticon warriors and soldiers. And Grapple's a big bot that looks like he can go toe-to-toe with Optimus or Megatron. And here's a size comparison. I know they're both Voyagers, but there aren't many Voyagers. Most of the Voyagers, most of the big bots are on the Decepticon side. Although, you know, you have weaponizers for Autobots and such things. You know, they do have things that balance the scales. But, yeah, Grapple is also another example of Hasbro bringing back bots we haven't seen in a considerable amount of time. Grapple is definitely one to research too. I mean, I had to read up on him because I haven't seen him in such a long time. For example, he was known as Hauler. He was an inventor along with Hoist, and they invented this apparatus that converts solar power into energon. There are also other continuities where he was a part of the Constructicons before they were reprogrammed by Megatron, which and that makes sense to me because a load of sense considering his size. So read up on him. He's a very interesting figure. So let's get a closer look at him. He looks less bulky than he did in the cartoon. In the cartoon, I remember he was just as bulky as Hoist. And here's a size comparison. This is, I mean, Hoist is accurate to the G1, but yeah, in the cartoon, this would be bigger. This little chest plate would be bigger, and they made it smaller. I mean, it's great in robot mode, but they were about the same size. I don't know if he went into the diet, he lost weight, but I mean, I like the improvement. But before, back in the old days, he was a little bit more portly like Hoist. But I like this version because it definitely makes him look tougher. Yeah, here's a side profile of it too. I love his huge head and how the rest of his body is proportionate with it. I mean, it's I think it's the size of the helmet that makes him look really tough. He has a wide frame. His shoulders look like they can cause pain. His lower torso from top to bottom looks smooth. From here to there, just like this nice transition into his feet. I just like how everything fits together. You know, everything's the right size. In this mode, he has detail etched all over. His feet, along with this added plastic in the back, gives him good base to stand. He doesn't fall back, and he has reason to fall back. He has a lot of, I think it's a ponytail. It looks like a, let's call it a ponytail. Yeah, it's an awesome ponytail. But, you know, without this, I'm sure he would fall back, but it's just... these little, this extra plastic on the back help maintain his balance. He's a brilliant orange. He has a blue transparent windshield with headlights, and I think these are supposed to be siren lights here. He has a black groin and wheels, silver bumper, and hydraulic posts that are also silver here on the sides of his legs. My favorite part of his paint job are the eyes and how well the colors meld together. Now, what I'm trying to say is I had to rearrange my lighting and cameras for a little bit. I hope you can see it. I guess those of you with the Grapple at home will probably have a better chance of seeing what I'm seeing. But what I was saying was when the colors on his head sculpt or his paint job on the head meld together, especially the yellow, it's as if the yellow shines through. And he has blue eyes, but around his blue eyes, he has more of that yellow. So what you get here is, I think it's better than light piping. I think it was a coincidence, I'm not sure, but it looks like his blue eyes are lined with red because when it's that close to the light, it kind of shines through the yellow plastic, and I think the shade combined with that, with this little overhead visor or the top of his helmet, it gives a little red lining around his eyes, and it makes him look meaner. I like it better than light piping, you know. So, and you know, it also adds to the effect that he looks like a really mean bot. As far as articulation goes, he has the works. His head is on a swivel. He has complete shoulder articulation. It can move it at a 360. He can bend his elbows and his knees at a 90 degrees. He has that ankle tilt like every other bot in the line. He can rotate at the hips, a 360. His legs, his thigh, his quads can also rotate 360. The only thing is his wrist. He does not have that wrist articulation. It doesn't twist. Oh, his bicep does twist also at a 360, but his wrists do not bend. However, whenever you have one of his attachments on, like his hook there, because it's a port, you can rotate that at 360. And he has ports just about everywhere. He has 2 on the leg, 1 on each leg, I mean. He has these ports that interchange with his arms. Here's what his arm looks like, and like his buddy Hoist, he has the best of both worlds there. He has ports on the shoulder, right on the forearm. He has also special ports here on the top of his ponytail there, and he also has a special port that functions better in his alternate mode, and it goes along with the hook there, so you can also put on his attachments there. He also has a special place for his this attachment here, his cannon attachment. It goes right on his ponytail. Kind of funny that, but it is a ponytail. It looks like that's what it is, you know. So he has this this little place to store that too, along with the other ports where he can just go without any weapons, and you can just store a weapon there, and he can put his little grapple claw there. So just to give you a better idea of his size, just a few size comparisons. Here he is next to Deluxe Hoist. Now, Hoist is a Deluxe figure, but not your traditional Deluxe figure. He's pretty big for a Deluxe. So let me give you a more traditional Deluxe. Here is Deluxe Ratchet. And yeah, he towers over Ratchet. This is what I mean. He is a big bot. Here he is next to Megatron, Siege Megatron. And yeah, come to think of it, I don't know. I think Megatron would win. He seems like the wider bot, but still, I think he would give him a run for his money. But yeah, he is a pretty big for an Autobot, definitely. So let's get him into his vehicle mode. First things first, let's take out his attachments. We'll put him to the side. Twist this off, and let's take off his gun and put that to the side. So first things first, his wrists are already in. There's no need for that. So let's just work on his feet. So what I'm going to do is take each of his feet. I'm going to bend him down like this and just let him chill there for a second. And then I'll go back to his head. I'm going to take this ponytail, bend it up like that, turn it around. Let's leave it like that for now. So we're going to separate his head from the rest of him, and he has this big strip of plastic that's going to come. You have to use the full length. Before that, I'm going to take his head and flip it to put it away. And what you're going to do is you're going to take these 2 pegs, and you're going to put them in the ports in the under his feet. And you know, I think it's rare to have an Autobot who uses the ports, especially these days, the ports on the bottom of his feet as a part of his transformation, but Grapple does it. So you have him set up there. You know what? I think I made a boo-boo. Let's see. Let's bring that up. Now we plug him back in. There we go. Okay, so that's straight. Let me do one more thing. Let me turn it around, and now that is perfect right there. So before I continue, we're going to take his chest here. You're going to bend it back, and you're going to take his arms, position him this way, just like that, and his shoulders are going to go into this cavity right here. But before that, you want to make sure his arms are in the proper position, because you want these ports, I believe, these ports here to face down, because they're going to go into these ports here. So there it is. I believe, I think I have it right. We'll see. We'll turn it in. We'll adjust it if we need to. So that'll go in there. Oh, you know what? I was wrong. I believe this port goes in there. So that's going to be face down like this. And this is already set up. So I'm just going to fold it back into here. Make sure the arms connect. And there's another peg right here that it connects into. Just make sure that goes in there. And you connect that up and you give it a press down. Those black ports will go into those right there. Once it's all lined up, make sure these feet are down. And that is it. You extend the hook. And this is his transformation. He rolls. And here is Grapple. Now, we can also, his attachments are, you can put them in anywhere. Here's his grappling hook. Put it right there. Hang low there. And if you look at his grappling hook, he has this little point here, this little piece of plastic there that enables him to carry pieces of Earthrise road. So he can partake in construction projects. So he picked that up. Also, the back of Hoist has an attachment like this. So if you ever need to take him somewhere with you, yeah, he can definitely hold things with this little claw here. You can do away with the claw, put it to the side here for safekeeping. You can put his this piece of this end cannon here, and I imagine if they do an Inferno, he'll have the same attachment. And you can put that away here. You can also put his gun if you want. I like it here like that. It really doesn't go into this back peg there too well, so, but you can do this and have him there. But I think what looks best is if you take this, you put it to the side there, just like that. And you can go with his grappling hook, or you know what, you could just leave everything there and just go with his standard hook. So he is a beautiful alternate mode. He's great. My only problem with Grapple's alternate mode is that he's so small. I mean, here's what I'm talking about. Next to his buddy Hoist, he should be bigger than Hoist. You know, I mean, this is a deluxe. This is a deluxe that seems larger than a Voyager. It's just something a little off about his size. And you know, he should really, because he is a truck of his stature, he should really be scaled alongside with Optimus. And I think it would have made better sense if they made him a leader class. I mean, you wouldn't have to change much. All you have to do is make him bigger. That's it. He has the detail. He has all these attachments here to make him a really good leader class. I would have paid extra money to have him. Anyways, I mean, another downer for me was I kind of wanted him to have. I wanted these to pop out, kind of like with Double Dealer. He has those hydraulic stabilizers there. That would have been neat to have there. I was like disappointed when these wouldn't flip out, but I mean, it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I mean, these are painted. Why not just have them flex out, you know? But yeah, aside from his scaling, he has lots of detail everywhere. It just needs to make him bigger, really. Yeah, he is a great bot. So yeah, you know what? Here he is next to Double Dealer for a good measure. I mean, just give him more plastic, you know, to make him better. But you know, he is a good bot. He's just I love his robot mode, and I love this mode too. It's just smaller. That's my only problem with it. So let's transform him back. We can probably just leave the attachments there and pick them up, put them back later. So we're gonna put this back. You can put the claw wherever we need to. We're gonna attach his feet. It all comes apart really. Just bring this back down. Fix his feet the way they were. It's really simple to put back together. You take the arms out of the way, bend them back, rotate them so the elbows bend up, and you want to take this, I guess, spinal column or something, and you want to fold it back in. Before you do that, fold his head out, and you can snap that back in. I think his claw's in the way. Oh wait, let's snap this back in. That's probably what it is. So you snap that back in, and that is there. Take his ponytail, turn it around, and you want to snap that back down, and here he is back to a standard mode. If you want to add his claw, Put it on his right hand, which I believe is where it usually goes. And then on his left, you put on the cannon. And here he is back in his robot mode. So this was my review of Earthrise Grapple. If you like what you saw, give me a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notifications of future content from this channel. It would help my channel grow, most definitely. Thank you for watching. Until next time, this is Optimus Frank. Till all are one.